Remember the quote, "Jack of all trades, master of none"? It was used to describe children who seemed to have a lot of interest but could not focus on one. It was also used to describe people who others considered indecisive because they felt they could do everything but never focus on one thing. I find that quote quite ironic, and this is why. Because even in primary school, we were expected to do at least 10 to 18 subjects. Also secondary school, you were expected to do at least 18 subjects and perform averagely on all of them. Think about it. Maths, English, physics, social studies, inter-science, general knowledge, all subjects that practically had nothing in common. And at the end of the year, teachers will set exams for you and expect you to get at least a C. So, if you did all these subjects and got all A's, are you not a master of all? Or if you even got a combination of A, B's and C's, or sometimes a little D's here and there, you were practically performing averagely at so many interests. So today, I want to refute, if I dare say, that quote, because it is an important quality in life to be able to handle so many interests optimally. And it is quite different from being indecisive. Hi, my name is Bisola Badijo, and this is my video podcast series. I'm going to be sharing with you today how to handle many interests, how to master many trades, because I believe it's a vital skill for you to perform optimally in your life. If you are new here, please click the subscribe button below so that you'll be notified whenever I come online. Trust me, you need to do that. You need to do that now, because every episode I'll be sharing value across a range of subjects, and you really don't want to miss out. So the quote I started with, "Jack of all trades, master of none." Do you know that there is a complete version? Remember that whenever adults or teachers wanted to manipulate us, I think they just quote a part of it. Or maybe they actually didn't even know the full thing. Because the full quote is, "Jack of all trades, master of none." Oftentimes better than a master of one. I'll take it again. Jack of all trades, master of none. Oftentimes better than a master of one. Simple meaning. It means someone that is good at so many things on an average level is better than someone that is a specialist in just one thing. If you don't agree, think about your life. If you met someone and the person is a fully functional human being with eyes, ears, nose, mouth, hands, and the person just sits and says, "The only thing I'm going to learn how to do in my life is to cook. Every other skill, I am not interested in it. I just want to master how to cook. I'm not going to master any other thing." Won't you look at the person as a lazy person? You look at the person as unserious because you expect everyone to be functional in a variety of aspects. That's what adulting is about. That's why adulting is so tough. You're expected to know what finances are, how to manage your finance. You're expected to know how to manage your time. You're expected to know how to manage relationships. You're expected to know how to manage your career. Everybody expects that from you, and yet they tell you it's not possible to focus on so many interests as one. I think it's ironic. And today, I'm going to tell you how you can do it. It is possible for you to master many trades. It is possible to be effective in various areas at the same time. Your brain is capable to receive a copious amount of information and still be functional. It was Evel Knievel that said, Evel Knievel is an American stuntman, and I think he broke the highest number of bones possible in a human body because he always does stunts. All those flipping the cars, flipping the bicycles, flipping the motorcycles, kind of stunts. And I'm not advising you to copy Evel Knievel. But there's something he said that I think is very profound, and I think you should take it as the quote of your life. He said, I am not a jack of all trades. I'm a master of many. I don't think there's anything I can't do if I want to. I don't think there's anything I can't do if I want to. There is nothing that you cannot learn. Nothing that you cannot learn. So, what is the first thing you need to know when mastering your trade? Scheduling. It's as simple as scheduling. Why did you think you had a timetable in primary school? That your day was divided into sessions of 45 to 30 minutes, and different teachers came at each of those sessions and taught you a particular subject, and then they give you assignments of those subjects. So you can start first period with English, next period with maths, third period social studies, and then you go for a break, and then you go to fourth period, and your day continues like that. And as a good student, you learned all those subjects, took notes in all those subjects, and your life was scheduled for you throughout primary and secondary school. It's because to be effective, you need to apportion your time. You need to schedule. It's as simple as scheduling. For you to improve in any given venture, you must apportion time to each and every one of them. So this is how you do it. List your interests. List all the things you think you want to learn, all the things you think you are good at, all the things you want to do. You have 24 hours in a day. Let's take out 1 hour in the morning for doing everything you want to do in the house. Take out 8 hours, 6 to 8 hours for sleep. That's how many? Let's do a quick math. 8 plus 1, that's 9. 24 minus 9, you have 16 to 18 hours left. Right? So apportion those hours to, okay, I want to spend 1 hour watching movies. I want to spend 1 hour learning how to edit videos. I want to spend 1 hour reading a book. I want to spend 1 hour learning how to write. If you do that every day and take a little step towards all those interests every day, believe me, in no time, you'll become a master of all trades. They said 10,000 hours is needed in any given venture for you to gain mastery. 10,000 hours. You cannot have 10,000 hours if you don't start with 1 hour. So start with 1 hour. Start with 1 hour today. The next thing I want to teach you about mastering your trade is the ability to learn at a copious pace. You have to learn at a copious pace. You have to gain the ability to master information quickly. And it's not difficult. It's not difficult. It's not difficult to learn. You've just forgotten how to, or you've not been able to apply the skills you used in primary school to learn 2 times 1, 2, 2 times 2, 4, 2 times 3, 6, 2 times 4, 8. It was easy to do those things then. Maybe it was not so easy for some people, but you could recite those things quickly. You learned them quickly. Why? Why could you? Because you intentionally devoted time to learning them. Rote learning. If it's time for the average Nigerian student to write an exam, he will sit down with a textbook that he probably has not opened since the beginning of the semester, and then open it 1 week before the exam and cram everything inside that textbook and come out with a C. How are you able to do it? Because you have set a goal. You know there is something at stake, right? You know that if you fail, it's extra year, and nobody wants to be the one that is doing extra year. You know that if you fail, it's repetition. Maybe you've punished some juniors in secondary school and then you now want to become Agba in their class. So there is something at stake, and so you will double down and learn it. So if there are interests you want to learn today, put something at stake. Reward yourself. I read books a lot. I read a lot of books. But you see, as much as I like books, I read only fiction voluntarily. I don't like to read non-fiction books. But it got to a point in my life where I had to learn information in non-fiction books. And I found out I would read a chapter and drop it because it was not just engaging. Many people don't tell you this, but me, I will tell you, I don't like to read non-fiction books. And so this is what I did. For every non-fiction book that I read a fiction book. That's my reward. For every non-fiction book that I buy 2 fiction books. And if I complete a non-fiction book, I'll be able to read those 2 fiction books. I've given myself a reason to read non-fiction. Give yourself a reward. If I'm going to spend 1 hour on video editing classes, I will spend 30 minutes watching an episode of Netflix. If I'm going to spend 1 hour learning how to improve myself in financial modeling, I will spend another hour playing basketball or playing PS5 with my friends. Give yourself a reward for learning. That is how you learn at a copious pace. The reason why you could learn the times table fast was because you know your maths teacher, Mr. Ogedengbe, was going to appear in class with a very long switch the next morning and give you the equal amount of strokes of cane that is proportional to the times table that you did not learn. So if you don't know 2 times table is 2 strokes, 6 times table is 6 strokes. If you're unfortunate and it's 10 times table you don't know, 10 strokes of the cane. And while I do not approve to Mr. Ogedengbe's style, I believe that reward is a very good motivator for learning. Talking about learning at a copious pace and having rewards for learning, I have a practice for you today. If you stay to the end of this video and learn everything I have to say, you stand a chance of winning 10,000 naira. 3 people are going to be winning 10,000 naira from our sponsors, Microvest. So, the third thing you need to know to master your trade is connect creativity. I'm calling it connect creativity. I don't think those 2 words exist. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm calling it connect creativity. And this is what it means. It is a skill that many storytellers use whenever they use analogies to drive their point. So, we all know the stories about the hare and the tortoise and the dog, the tortoise and everyone. In Yoruba, we call him Ijapati Roko because he was always teaching every animal in the animal kingdom a lesson. But you see, the reason why they taught you those stories was not for you to just be entertained by the antics of the tortoise in the animal kingdom. No, they were using it to teach you moral lessons. And so they teach you the tortoise and the hare to let you know that slow and steady wins the race. Consistent, continuous effort at something will give you a guaranteed result. They let you know, they told the story about the tortoise and the dog to teach you about delayed gratification, that if you are patient, you would be able to achieve your goals. They taught you the story about the mouse and the elephant because they wanted to know that even if something is little, it can still make an impact to something big. So they used analogies from simple stories to teach you difficult concepts. Connect creativity. What are your interests? Where do they intersect? That's connect creativity. You must train yourself to be able to discover patterns. You must train yourself to be able to connect 2 subject matters that may not necessarily relate. We are in the age of social media. Chefs are cooking to music. A violin player is feeding his dog, and both of them have a thriving social media page. There is a guy that is a gym instructor, but is also a dog trainer. And so he shows you his strength by tackling his dog. People are connecting things that don't necessarily correlate and giving you brilliant content. How about you do that? I know how to play the violin. I also know how to write. How about I write my stories and put music to the words? Connect creativity. And if you think they cannot be connected, then break the box. Go out of the box. You can be the first person that does it. Nobody ever did something spectacular by doing what everybody is doing the same way. You must have something different. You must have something unique. Before I go to the last thing, I want to remind you again to subscribe to this YouTube channel. You definitely are going to be better for it. Now, the last thing you need to know to become a master of all trades is adaptability. Adaptability, the ability to adapt to changing trends. The only thing constant in life is change. I'm going to teach you using a personal story. There's a place in Nigeria, in Lagos, Nigeria, called Computer Village. It is the hub of anything technology and electronics in Lagos today. In fact, people come from all over Nigeria to go to Computer Village to buy phones, to buy gadgets, to buy computers. But you see, Computer Village has not always been like that. Computer Village used to be a residential area with tailors, salons, and what you might call it. It was the typical suburban place in Lagos, in Ikeja. My mom had a tailoring shop in Computer Village when it was a suburban hub. But when the internet mobile tech age came into Nigeria around the early 2000s, people began to get shops in Computer Village and were beginning to sell phones, sell SIM cards, sell computers, and my mom was the only tailor left there. Other people who were tailors had gone. People who had houses in Computer Village sold them, but my mom needed to feed her family. And so what did she do? She dropped her tailoring shop and she began to learn how to sell phones. She learned how to sell phones. She became mobile partners. She became partners with all the leading mobile communications companies in Nigeria. She had to change. She adapted to the trend. Some of us are here today and we've closed off our mind to learning something new. Do you know that 2 years after you graduate from university, your certificate is obsolete? It is obsolete. Do you even know if the skills you are currently learning now will be valid in the next 5 years? Do you know that? A lot of people think it's about chasing your passion and what you want to do. But you see, you can build passion in anything you are interested in. All you need to do is understand that trends will change. And the only way you can remain relevant is if you are able to adapt to trends. So I've told you to be able to learn. I've told you how to schedule. I've told you how to connect creativity. So if there's anything new on the horizon that you think will be valuable to you and who you want to become, adapt. Learn it. Don't fade away. Don't become obsolete. So I hope you have learned a lot from this video session. And I don't just want you to learn, I want you to apply everything that you've heard today and leave a comment in this section. What stood out for you? What stood out for you? What can you apply immediately? What are you hearing for the first time? Or what have you always known, but you've never seen that way? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. And so, to the giveaway! Are you ready? Okay, so Microvest is an app where you earn on every kobo you save. You earn on every kobo you save, and it's available on all app platforms, iOS and Google to be specific. So how do you participate in this giveaway? How can you be one of the 3 people to win 10,000 naira each? All you need to do is download the Microvest app on your phone. Sign up with my referral code IYALOJA. I'll spell it IYALOJA, IYALOJA, and open a MyLock plan with a minimum of 5,000 naira. I'll be picking the winners by going through those who sign up with my referral code. So please make sure you sign up with the referral code. The winners will be announced in the next episode.